Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and I guess Wanderbot's here. We're both doing this again today.
Yep.
So, today we're going to be trying out Teslagrad. It's an indie puzzle platformer that came out, oh geez, a week ago. I think it was December 13th. So, today is December 17th. So if you're watching this way in the future, it did not come out a week ago. It's not that new. But, enough messages to the future. So, this game was, I believe, kickstarted, and it did fantastically well. It got a fair amount of money. I'd have to look up the exact amounts, but did well. And got a fair amount of coverage for what it was. I first saw it on Pixel Prospector, I think, and they had a demo. Actually, I could be wrong about the Kickstarter. I could be wrong about that, and I'm mixing it up with another game. Anyway, so, the game is hand-painted, done by a very small team, I believe, and it got a lot of coverage. Pixel Prospector, I believe Rock Paper Shotgun
look at
covered
that.
it. What?
Fire.
Yeah.
You don't really... At first you just think it's a guy walking about, but then you see that the landscape isn't actually that
Yep. Okay.
inviting.
Yeah, no. So, Teslagrad is kind of, not post-apocalyptic, but it's kind of dystopic in a lot of ways. And I've already played probably an hour's worth of it, so I can't really say too much about the plot, but I might as well load in. So, the game starts as, like, your dad dropping you off as a baby with a woman, who I assume is your mother, but I could be wrong. And the dad also had that weird thing on his back, which is probably plot important, but we haven't come across it yet. And then you pretty much just get chased by a bunch of dudes in Russian-looking coats, and then run into...
coats, mind
yes,
you.
red coats. They look very, Russian winter uniformy. And then...
There was even one guy that resembled Santa Claus that
Yes.
you were running away
Yes,
from.
the last guy you run away from specifically is Santa Claus. So then you run into this tower, which I believe... I don't know if the tower is Teslagrad or the entire city around it is
It could
Teslagrad.
just be the giant tower that the wizards built.
Yeah, so more or less the premise of this game is that there are these lightning wizards that gave this king power, more or less.
To save his people during a time of war.
Yep, and then he went mad. Oh man.
Then he wanted to conquer everyone with the ability.
Yep. Then he went mad with power, wanted to conquer everyone. I have to go really fast here. Yeah.
You should probably explain what you're wearing.
Okay, so pretty much you wander in a little bit, and there's some like tapestries that kind of show what's going on, as well as a couple of wizard corpses. I don't know what killed them. There are shadow creatures. I don't know if we're gonna see them in this review, but
You pick up this gauntlet.
yeah, you pick up a gauntlet that lets you do this:
It helps
punch
you
things with red and blue.
change polarity, I would assume.
Yep.
For magnetism and such.
Yeah, this entire game works heavily off of the concept of polarity. So
Who's that lady?
that's not a lady. That's one of the wizards. Oh, you mean that's the statue?
Yeah.
Uh,
This seems like the king and the wizards are mourning her. Why don't you go read it?
but I don't want to.
Go down.
Oh, I want to go through that puzzle again.
Can you read it?
No.
No.
See,
So it looks like she might have been killed by the Vikings or something.
oh, you know what? I bet she was like the queen or a wife or someone. And if you notice those Viking-looking people behind her, I bet she got kidnapped and everybody's sad because of it. And that's what united this guy on the left, who is now evil, and this guy on the right, who's the wizard. And there are a bunch of wizards, but the wizards did not want to conquer the rest of the world.
Or she never died and you're the heir.
Also true, but in pictures the king is like blue and weird looking, so I assume a lot of time has passed.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
you
that's like when he's super old.
yep. So you get this gauntlet that lets you reverse the polarities of things or give things a polarity if it doesn't have one, and it doesn't dissipate, which is neat. And then slightly later you pick up these boots that let you kind of lightning blink. It's called blinking in this game. Go figure. But I have to use it here to just make it around, because the polarity on you, because you can get various charges, the polarity will actually go down. Well, that's
Can you
neat.
jump on the twig?
Yes, I can. I'm just admiring the...
It's like, "Hurr."
Yeah, like, this game is fully hand-painted. The character is frame-by-frame animated, from what I can tell. And it shows, like, It's a little wiggly, especially around the hair, but it's got that kind of like old style Disney look to it.
Not really.
I like it. Hush you.
I would have almost have thought that it was pixels up until I came up closer to look at it.
Yeah, no, everything is hand painted. Which is honestly really impressive to me, just because as a painter, we should both know just how much extra work it is.
Mm-hmm. So. Well, I just know about him. Is he painted too?
Yeah, he's painted. Look at him.
It looks a little cell shady to me.
Well, cell shaded, fine, but that I still count that under the hand painted moniker, just because he was done by hand in Photoshop, which a lot of things aren't. Oh, balls.
Also, you don't have fall damage.
Yeah, you don't. Oh, come on. You don't take falling damage in this game, which is very convenient because I would have just died. Also, there's no health in this game. In fact, there's no user interface at all. I didn't even think of that at first.
You get hit by electricity, fire.
Everything kills you in one hit. Everything. Except for falling, which is super nice. But really, it's more of a puzzle platformer than a combat game. In fact, I don't think I can even attack with any of my stuff, which is fine. I don't feel like this game would be particularly helped by fighting off hordes of enemies. It kind of reminds me of Braid in a lot of ways. Just the overall...
What was that on the tree?
What, the wizards with the potions? Yeah, I was looking at them earlier. But, see, this doesn't do anything good for me.
Because it's red.
Yep. So I wait here, and... Nope. So this game is hard. Like, it's not the hardest platformer I've ever played as of yet. I think Flyin' still kind of holds that title in my head. If you haven't seen our Flying series, that game is hard.
I just get to watch it.
Yep, and we will be
that's
doing...
interesting.
Yep. We will be doing some kind of review on that at a later date. But, like I said, everything is hand-painted, so you get a lot of really neat background detail. There's no, like, flat-out tutorial for this game. It's a lot more, like, banners and drapery that has, like... Here's how you do a thing. And I actually...
Nope.
I actually really like that, yes.
Incineration.
But also, quite luckily, there are no save points in this game. Everything is automatic. So... Oh, I know what to do. So, if I quit the game right now, it'd start me right in this room. Also, if I die, I spawn right back where I started. And I'm not using the magnetism to its fullest extent. Oh, wow. I really have to time these things. But yeah, you'll also get a lot of, like, story hidden in the background. Like, wizards and sad potions and stuff.
So, one guy looks a little...
Yeah, one guy looks sad and the other
downfallen.
looks happy. And I have no idea why. And I'm sure by looking at more of these things, it'll become apparent. Also, the map system is kind of neat.
I don't know, is there something about whatever juice is coming from the tree, or what is it?
I don't know. Maybe they're just sad about their orange juice. I mean, apple juice. I don't know, it could be one of those trees that does, like, multi-fruit. I don't know. Because apparently that's a thing. I didn't even know.
That's if grafting occurs. It's not because of a tree bearing two types of fruit. For instance, they occasionally graft, I don't know, peach and cherry and other trees together to make them fuller, and then they end up having two types of fruit because they're growing together. They sort of merge their... I don't know if you would necessarily call it a vascular system, but... That almost reminds me of Metroid Chozo.
Yep. Okay.
With the bird statue.
I'm gonna scoot back to something. So, generally there's no real set way to do things. You're kind of just put into this tower and expected to find your own way, which is kind of neat. There's no arrows, there's no journals pointing you in the right direction, you just have to figure it out. So, you bring up Metroid, and I think that's actually a really good analogy here, because I remember playing some, what was it,
Fusion,
yeah, I was playing
right?
Metroid Fusion, and it's pretty much just like, well, actually, that one did tell you to go to specific sectors, but it never told you to go here, there, or wherever. But you spend a lot of your time just running around looking up new power-ups. So currently I just have the Charge Glove and Blink. I'm sure there are other things because on the load screen there is space for it. But the other thing to collect are these scroll little things, which if you go to the map, you just have the map. And I kind of wish you could pan around on the map, but it doesn't look like it. But you have these things that are kind of like tarot card, but really they actually just tell the story of everything. So the very beginning I don't have the first 3 cards, but they're these shadow creatures that I guess were trapped and attacked people. I don't know. But since I don't have the full story, it's kind of like you have to get all of them to understand everything. And then I guess they found a city, and then something about chimeras and science and some really dashing looking man. Both of them are fairly dashing. I wish I could play as them two. Not little kids McGee. But then you get all the way down to the bottom, and it's more recent events with the prophecy that the kid will...
they have omega symbols on them.
Yes. Yes. But there's the prophecy that the little kid will grow up, never manage to grow any facial hair whatsoever, or even age facially, and then take out the king. So, usually you have to figure out like how to get around. So I think I'd have to be negatively charged or red charged to zoom up that thing and then jump last second to get up there. But I can't tell. And that's kind of one of those neat things about this game, but it's also kind of a pain because you do spend a lot of your time backtracking just to get whatever you need. And if you don't care about the collectibles, then by all means this game is going to be probably a lot easier on you. But you'll miss out on whatever wiggly stuff there is there.
I wonder what that was.
What, this thing?
Just orange.
Yeah, it looks like a flower of some sort. I just kind of... The kid is not happy with me. I don't like being here. I don't like sliding slowly forward. Anyway, let's pop up here. So, it looks like broken machinery, if anything.
Broken birds, or maybe more of those caterpillar
things. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I like the fact that this level is just one gigantic tree.
Whoa, another boss?
Yep, surprise. So, they're also bosses. The bosses are harder than I'd want. Oh.
Take out the orb? Yeah.
I get it. Okay, so, unfortunately since you die in one shot, fighting the bosses can be a little frustrating.
What did you die from?
I got hit by lightning. So...
Oh, I see.
Yep, this is how you fight the boss. You wait until...
Whoa, air.
Oh, okay, I'm supposed to blink through that. Yeah. So, a lot of the bosses dying a number of times until you've actually figured out what you're specifically doing. So here, he's just kind of going to do that to me. I get in his chest, punch his heart, he gets electrocuted, and then I get over here in preparation for him.
Air waves. Yeah.
Yep, doing that, and then probably rinse repeat of some sort? No, this is different. Oh, that's a thing. Oh boy. So he blows up the platforms. Not that big of a deal.
He must be all the way over to the road. Whoa!
Yeah, but the bosses tend to have a lot of attacks, they kill you instantly, and there's no way to get back. Which, again, isn't that big of a deal.
This one I can't tell how far gone he is.
Yeah.
Because the last one, it was 1 light bulb out, 2 light bulbs out.
Yeah, so sometimes the bosses don't quite have a tell, and...
Shockwave.
Yep. I'm really hoping to save this platform here just sheerly for dodging stuff, but we will see. Because sometimes it's kind of hard to control blink because it's a fixed distance. You can't start or stop yourself early, so... Okay.
Sending another critter after you.
Oh, balls.
And you have to start the battle all over
Yeah,
again,
you have to
don't
start
you?
straight from the beginning every single time, which is...
And you've gotten him, what, 3 or 4 times?
Yep. Yeah, so you do have to repeat the bosses a number of times, which is frustrating. This one, I think, is going to be more of a pain in the butt than the other ones. Actually, I wasn't even paying attention there. I was thinking about the previous boss. So the previous boss is just this, like, dragon thing that has blocks falling down on the left, and you're supposed to magnetize them so they
he
fly into
sucks
his
them up.
mouth.
Then he starts blowing fire at you, but if you're
It's easy
enough
to
to
dodge.
the left or the right without getting killed by
really
things are okay.
the only complication with that one is that there's a moving platform down below. Nope. Oh, what? Apparently you can't blink through enemies. Now I know. Or at least those enemies, because you can blink through the shadows. But instead of, you know, just chatterboxing constantly about this guy while fighting, I'm just going to do a quick speed up while we beat this guy, or at least get to something new about him that is worth talking about. So, we'll see you guys in a bit. Yeah. Alright, we're back. Turns out I really just needed to hit him that one more time. I was trying to be conservative with my platforms, and that was a mistake. Alright, do I do... Do I do anything with him?
No.
That is one of the...
He's just an obstacle.
Issues I ran into with the boss, the previous boss. Is like, you kill him, and then it's like, now what? But I guess you just keep going. So, I don't know if there's stuff on the other side, but whatever. Let's go see about this lightning wizard costume over here.
That's no costume, that's a marionette.
Over a weird... Yes! I got the hood. I don't know what the hood does. Oh. Toggle cloak. What does cloak do? Oh.
Gives you a shield. Or, you have it on your person.
So I now have a cloak that lets me polarize myself without...
The gate of flowers and stuff?
Yep.
You can't go through it?
It doesn't look like it. I think I'm going to need something else to bust through. Yeah, that is kind of one of my frustrations with this game, that it does actually require you to backtrack. So in this case, I have to backtrack just to get this thing over here.
If you want to have all the scrolls, yeah.
Yeah, which is, again, frustrating, but not that big of a deal. See, I can also do... let's see. Okay. So we've pretty much cleared out the area over on the right. Oh. Okay. So, I haven't mentioned this yet, but this game was made for PC. So, the issue with that...
I don't think you can get across, unless you can magnetize yourself.
Oh, you know what? You know what I can do? Okay. So, this is the control screen. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go over this, but it looks like I'm going to have to in this case. So, cloak buttons. It doesn't recommend cloak buttons for gamepads and gaming keyboards, but I'm going to do this instead, because I think this is better than the toggle system. So, this game was not made for controllers. There's no default schemes at all. So, when I got into this game, I couldn't play it because, well, it didn't have anything set up. Oops.
Why are you even trying? You need to either make your cloak
well,
red
here's what I need to do. The problem is I'm getting used to the controls for a second. Yeah. But, so, there's no default scheme. They didn't design this game with controllers in mind, which I would kind of consider not a, like, cardinal sin of game design, but it's pretty bad when you... It's okay. It restarts me from over here, which is a lot better than where I was. So, this game's not made for controllers.
Punch that?
What? Punch what?
Oh, yeah, you don't need to.
Yeah. So, since it's not made for controllers, it means you have to come up with your own control scheme, which is not ideal by any means. Also, sometimes when loading, you get issues. So this is different. Oh,
Oh.
Oh, I need to dash forward. So if you're really big into, I don't know, a well set up controls, this is not going to be your kind of game. If only because, quite honestly, it took me a bit to get a control set up right. So currently I have blue aura on as right trigger, red aura as left trigger, and punching as B and Y, and then I'm just going to hope... Yes, that is how you do it. Jump is A, and then blink is X. And it's a pretty good control scheme, but it still frustrates me to no end that they didn't even, like, have a plan here as for, like, how you're supposed to control it.
Those are just more mechanical things, aren't they?
Yeah, I think I'm supposed to do something here with it. Oh, you know what? What? No? I don't know.
Nothing you have to punch or jump up to?
See, I think I'm supposed to do something with whatever this is. But it's not immediately it's not immediately obvious.
Maybe you have to bring something else there.
Well, either way, I think at this point I can kind of say we've covered the entire bill. You guys have seen a boss, which I was not expecting to do. You haven't seen any of the shadow creatures. But, who cares? And, like, overall this is not a bad game by... What?
Go up to another area.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to one of the previous areas, one of the earlier areas, and we'll see if we can go find those dead wizards.
Well...
Right, I forgot about that.
Into the pit.
Okay. So, this game is well painted. The environments are nice to look at. The background tiles are different. Really, every single section of this giant tower we are in is unique. Oh, you know what I am going to show off? I'm going to go show off a cutscene. Because the cutscenes are actually really cool in this game.
Will you be able to go back to see any more?
Yep. I was hoping that would work, but it's not strong enough.
Then it starts all the way back in the
Yep.
other...
So, at this point, I might as well kind of talk about the negatives. So the puzzles are frustrating. This is not a very casual game. You can't just pick it up and play for a couple hours and then put it down for, you know, a couple months. Because you will get so lost it's not even funny. Which is a frustration of mine.
You die a lot.
No. Yeah. But you also die a lot. And again...
At least there are no repercussions.
Yeah, there are no major repercussions, but it's still like, I have to wait, 20 seconds for this thing to rotate around just so I can get to the other side. And part of me is wondering, maybe I should just go to the left and not, like, deal with this thing because maybe there's an alternate route out. Because
you tried the left.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I tried the left. In an earlier spot in the game, I was trying to backtrack just out of curiosity. Just to see what I could find. And I found a number of scrolls, but it took me twice as long to get back as it did to get through. Oh, come on.
Is it going to start you off on that side or that? No.
Okay, I give up. Speed up time.
Oh.
Or not. Never mind. We'll just progress and
Now you have a ball of gunk.
that I can't touch. But
What got you?
it leaves stuff behind on the ground that will get you. So, one of my other pet peeves about platformers is when something about them is unfair. Take
That.
take that right there. These little electrical bits,
And you land right on it.
yeah, they're not
Oh.
inherently unfair, but the first time you ever run into them, you pretty much have no choice but to die because...
I find that this game is a lot of trial and error with all of the error resulting in death. And
Yeah.
that's in boss fights as well.
Yeah, and it's like, it's nice that there is the only penalty that you really have to deal with is time. But when it comes down to it, I would very much what?
It's plugged a hole of some sort.
How the...
Were you supposed to run ahead of the ball? Or what?
Really? Yeah. So in that case there, I have no idea if I'm supposed to run ahead of the ball. Because I hope not, because it's the thing that busts down this barrier here.
No, it goes down as soon as it activates.
Oh, no, but it rolls to the other side, so I have to be very quick about it, which is frustrating. So, yeah.
Let's see if it works.
Well, let's see if I can get there.
In time?
Yeah.
No, but not by the looks of it.
Well, no, I can't get in front of it here. This isn't where I get in front of it. I always forget about that one. But if you noticed on the other side, it had, like, the area to the right where the ball's supposed to roll up into. That's what I'm supposed to do. But... So yeah, a lot of trial and error, and the frustration isn't so much... Oh, come on. See?
Oh, yeah.
Tricky. Like, it's neat
That's
tricky,
right.
but it's frustrating tricky at the same time, because yes, this is a cool puzzle, and yes, I admire it greatly for what it's doing, but did I enjoy the process? And the answer is genuinely, I would much rather have done other things than just
those
die
are
like
a tad
that.
hot.
Yes. Well, actually, it's just lava on top of a... Oh, you know what? Nope.
You're supposed to make yourself hover up, so you need to be red.
Yep. But at the same time, the puzzles are cool. Like, this?
Mm-hmm.
This is neat.
Oh, hey, there's something really far up. A small
Yeah.
piece.
Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to be able to get up there. Because I have no idea how to get the momentum. Oh, you know what?
Release and go up, but then you have to time it just so.
This is scary prospects.
Oh, almost.
Neat, though. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, this puzzle here, super simple within the design, but inherently frustrating in many respects.
Oh, you would have gotten it that time if you hadn't bunched into the ceiling.
But like the momentum takes you out. Sideways momentum. Generally in platformers, you don't have to worry about sideways momentum that much. But when I'm running from... Oh, you know what?
I'm wondering if you just don't even go back and forth.
So I'm talking about sideways momentum here. It's very hard to get yourself to not go back and forth. Got it. Yeah. Okay. But there definitely is, as a result of the difficulty, that extra reward feeling for just getting that card. What card was it? It was this card, I believe. Or this card. It was this one. So this one is showing the king being like, let's attack everyone. And the wizard's like, no. Which is neat. Like, I like the fact that the story is told in such a way. Because it feels much more compelling, especially since you have to search for the tidbits. Yes, which I'm not.
Ruba.
Well, this concerns me.
I think you're supposed to get in that one, perhaps. No?
Doesn't look like it. Oh, but I'm supposed to. Yeah. But, so there's definitely that, like, risk-reward, like, you did it feeling, but at the same time, it's still... Oh, I get it. It's still the kind of frustrating where I'm not sure if I want to do it ever again. So, definitely good from, like, a first playthrough type deal. Oh. Okay. So what I'm supposed to do is dash over from here. Sorry, guys, my compulsiveness is taking over. So I'm supposed to hold this while I dash. But...
The little bot went to the lava.
Yep. That just isn't gonna work. Well, I give up.
Well, why don't you use that little guy to help?
At this point, I'm just going to continue further. I'm not going to spend all my time, especially on this review, just trying to get the same thing over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this game, seeing as you've mostly been reactionary?
I mean, I think it's cute. I want to see more of the story. But I don't know. It's just, I mean, at least the mechanics are unique.
Yeah.
With the magnetism. I just don't like the fact that, yeah, it's essentially trial and error whenever you enter a new room as to, you know, what new thing will kill you.
Yeah, here we go. Safe spot. Perfect. Yeah. And, like, I don't like that because there's some specific parts that are just a little too long for me. Like, if I died right here, I'd have to redo 30 seconds of gameplay, which...
Landed right... Nope, you didn't land on a red block.
Haha! Yeah, which at its core isn't terrible. Like, just that back there, not a problem. But it's still kind of lost time where it didn't need to be. And at that point, that was my fault for just being like, oh no, shit's happening. But I'm so used to being just murdered off.
And you were murdered by the red cube.
Yeah, I'm just so used to being killed by just miscellaneous things. Sometimes it's my stupidity. If you like Spelunky, I think you'll really enjoy this game. Because, well, everything is out to kill you.
Oh.
But also, sometimes the physics can screw with you. Like, right there. What was that?
You got stuck between two blocks?
Well, what happened was, it kept tipping the block instead of actually getting it. Because the timing was off on the lift. And so I was just faced with two rolling blocks coming at me. And I had way too much momentum and probably could have...
And that block is stuck in midair.
So I think if I just don't touch anything, I'll mostly be fine. But I still have to get out of there. Also, you have to lightning dash through stuff.
Whoa.
Nope.
And you landed on a platform with a...
Yeah. Oh, hey. At least there's this. Nope. Yeah, so I guess there are checkpoints. More than I thought. Nope. Guess what I have to do...
Wait for one that... Yeah.
There we go. Is safe. And then you get up there. But... I think I'm going to keep playing this. I don't think I'm going to do a Let's Play of this, just because I think it's a lot too much... It's just a little bit too much, like... Hurry! Style gameplay, which...
Oh, those just look like rocks. They're cold now.
They still concern me. Everything in this game that, like, looks spiky concerns me.
Oh.
I just became fireworks. But, I don't know. It's cool. I'm definitely warming up to it. I think the repetitiveness of the boss was kind of frustrating.
What does it say? I just can't tell.
Yeah, I think it's like Cyrillic or just a made-up scratchy language. I can't really tell. I don't know what's supposed to be down there. What?
I think you're supposed to slide one of those things on it.
Yeah, I have to go get a thing to send down, don't I?
Or that bug up there. But the bug is... Oh.
I don't know. Oh, this is a boss. This is another boss.
A bowl? Wait, what is this thing?
Or maybe not.
Looks like a golden bowl.
Well, you know what? Let's float up here and find out. And then I'll probably call it for the review, just because we're probably hitting the length. So it's a giant Omega Tauros. If you excuse...
Well, that's your symbol of power.
I get it.
Sending them up.
I assume that's what I'm supposed to do. There's not much else to do. Oh, I get why I'm dying. Haha. Tricky, tricky. Yeah, so there are a lot of, like, little tricky bits and cool things. Like, that there. I only just saw the lip of something, and I, instantly went to go investigate it, and was rewarded for my efforts. So, I think you're right. I'm supposed to get one of those bugs. So here's what I'm supposed to do.
But I don't think you can run fast enough.
Nope. Alright, I will figure that out later. I'm gonna go deal with this bull, and then we will solve that puzzle when we get to it. Wait,
You can climb?
I should be able to, but it's not letting me up. Well then.
Propel yourself again. Because when you went really fast, you grabbed on.
I was kind of hoping I could do the momentum thing again, but looks like that is false. Yep. Yeah, no, I can't grab on.
Really? So you just put your hands up?
Yeah, and he's got the electricity, so I'm not terribly certain what you're supposed to do here, but that's okay.
Oh, roll the pill bug across the ceiling.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, the critters are cute.
Yeah. Like, I can't dislike this game in the slightest.
So you couldn't connect yourself to one of them? Well, oh, there goes your chance.
But what was I supposed to... Oh, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if this sort of thing is okay in gameplay. And, like, I'm figuring it out.
He got up on the platform. That's where you need to go. So you can't connect to him?
No.
You did before when you were hovering around.
I just ran into him. Oh, hey, there goes another one.
But you...
Or no, it's the same one. It's just wiggling back and forth.
So you can't go on that walkway?
Nope. And at this point, we're starting to get out of the range of reviewing. Yeah, he's just going back and forth. So this is a good stopping point. So the bosses are interesting but frustrating. The puzzles are interesting but frustrating. And I think that's going to be what I'd say about this game overall. Interesting but frustrating. Because right now I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm sure there's an explanation for it. But at this point, I'm either going to throw my head at the wall for the next,
You can't magnetize yourself to that guy even though he's walking back and forth on the walkway?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, I'll wait for him to come back. But, like, the trial and error element is nice in a game, but to a point. Let's see if I go up. Oh, you're correct.
Ha-ha! Go, little caterpillar, go!
So, I guess...
Oh, you have to hop to the next one?
I think I screwed the pooch by putting two of them up here instead of just one.
Just your luck.
Yeah, you can screw up a puzzle and have to redo it from scratch, which is not ideal.
I mean, if you can jump off and shoomph over...
Nope, I made it.
You switched it? Oh.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
Looks like I'll be able to use that to get back, too. I have no idea what going this direction did for me. Hey, it's a screw. Let's press it. Oh, and this brings us back to the main corridor. So, I said I was going to do this earlier. Plummet down to my death. No, one of these is a theater, and I think it's this one.
Well, so what was the purpose of... Oh.
So,
going up the shaft, then?
This is what cutscenes look like in this game. And, sorry it took me so long to get back down here, but they are kind of puppet show style. And this is the king telling the wizard to attack everything and conquer it all. And the wizard is sad, and the king is excited about it, and so on and so forth. But I guess this fits the style of the game so heavily that, like, at first I was like, this is weird, and I'd love something a little bit more narrative. But I think when it comes down to it, I think this is the perfect way to go about cutscenes for this game, because it's, you know, it gives you the backstory without saying a thing. In fact, it probably saves them a fortune as far as, like, localization for different languages goes.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, here's the backstory for why the king is mad,
is so
why
insanely large.
Yeah, why his people are attacking the wizards, and why the tower is freakishly huge. And also, if you notice, the thing on the father's back looks exactly like the thing that the minion wizard has in his hands. So, I'm sure we're out to go
Staff.
find that so we can actually kill shadow monsters and stuff. But, so that's what the cutscenes look like. There's also a puzzle here if you want to get yourself the...
I think it wasn't so much that the red guy was against the wizards as he was being pummeled by the countries he was seeking to conquer because he didn't have their power to aid him that time.
Yep. But there are a lot of side passages. It's pretty extensive, honestly. And I like it. It's got a lot of, like, really cool stuff. Just this here, the whole, like, lock key puzzle. There's that thing up there that I have no idea how to get, and I probably won't be able to find out for a while. But... So yeah, this has been the Wanderbots trying out Teslagrad. Enjoying it. It's good. I definitely think it's probably one of the better done puzzle platformers I've ever played. But it's also kind of that level of frustrating where it's going to take me a long time to beat this game. So if you like challenging games, then I would highly recommend this. Otherwise, probably not. Because it's just that extra level of... I guess I can't get... Oh, hello.
Yep.
That's neat. So yeah, this is the, like, introductory stuff, and these are the dead wizards.
Oh, wait. Ew.
Yeah, they've been dead for a while. But the red people have been attacking the tower, and more wizards, and then you can't leave.
Yeah, you see, I didn't catch the skeletons when you were initially coming through here.
Yep. But so this is the start of the game, and it's all quite cool. But yeah, so if you want a more like casual platformer type game, I'd recommend Braid. I think Braid would be the spiritual predecessor to this game in a lot of ways. Not quite in the same way as the mechanics go, but so you know what I mean. So yeah, I like it, but interesting, but very hard. And I like my puzzle platformers to be just a little bit more casual than this. As opposed to running around being like, I am dying via everything.
I know, it's just hilarious how you enter a new room, jump on something, and then you're dead.
Yes.
Like, okay.
So, this has been the Wanderbots trying out Teslagrad. Good game by all regards. Probably not my favorite, but again, not that big of a deal. I want to see if I can get this thing this time. Nope. Oh well. So yeah, if you like what we're doing here, please drop us a like. If you want to discuss it or, know anything more about this game or so on and so forth, just leave a comment below. And if you want to see more, leave us a subscription and we will do more. I do a lot of these. I like doing these. And, Michelle will be joining me on probably half of them. Probably the more indie of stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting we were doing the one for, what was that game?
Dungeon of the Endless? Yes.
Dungeon of the Endless.
If you haven't seen that review, that's probably one of my favorites that I've done thus far. And it's probably one of my favorite alphas that I'm looking forward to. So if you haven't seen that yet, I highly recommend checking it out. Otherwise, we will see you guys on the next review. See you then.